WHO says addiction is a disease. We must have heard about WHO during COVID, because they were the one who had been sending all the reports across media. So WHO considers the disease of addiction as a disease, all right? And also it is called an epidemic. Our COVID was considered pandemic. This is also called an epidemic, when lakhs of people dies and 1,000 dies daily. But we hardly pay heed to this, because apparently after the first or the second or the third use, people do not see us dying. All right. So basically how it comes in our life, which is very funny as well as very risky too, it comes when we are young. So I can see a house full of youth here. So maybe the talks that I would talk or things that I'll tell you that might encourage you to stay out of it. Because apparently in schools or colleges, we start doing alcohol, or we start smoking for the first time, or we try out something which is unknown out of inquisitiveness, right? So there could be a birthday party wherein my friends would say, let's get drunk because it's my birthday, right? So for the first time, we get drunk because it's out of inquisitiveness. We want to know how it feels when we get drunk, or when we first snort the first, first heroin, or when we first inject, how it feels. We always look for an unknown feelings that the other guy who looks like a cult figure, who does it on a regular basis. So for the first or the second or the third time, maybe it's our inquisitiveness, but how disease of addiction becomes a disease and it captures you, wherein you cannot come out of it and you end up dying, or in jails or in some institutions. So this is how it is. First, it stays as an inquisitiveness, and the second, you must have, like, if somebody is here who is actually, have tried alcohol or any kind of drugs or any mood altering substance for maybe more than twice or thrice. First, it could be a birthday party, or it could be Durga Puja, Goriya Puja, it could be somebody else's anniversary, it could be a completion of, love anniversary or whatsoever. A function would be there, and then we would plan to get drunk for the first time maybe. But slowly and gradually, people who has the disease of addiction, what happens, we make it our tendency. Like after a few couple of days, there would not be any birthdays, there would not be any functions, there would not be any celebrations. But we would make it a excuse, or maybe no excuse. We make it a point that we get drunk again, or we go get drugged again. Right? So thus it comes into our life, and since it's called OCD, it's obsessive compulsive disorder, right? So once you're into this, you become obsessed with the particular choice of substance, or you become, there's a disorder which keeps working in you, wherein you cannot come out of it, right? So it is always better, people who haven't tried alcohol, people who haven't tried drugs, or people who haven't tried any other psychoactive element, it's better to stay off from it. Because in the initial time, it is always fun, because it gives a feeling which is very much unknown, and it also, helps us forget our sorrows, our linguistic stories that we have, or any sadness. But eventually, when you're into it, it is very difficult to come out of it, right? So drug is something which is the third biggest industry. I'm not sure whether how many of you guys are aware of the same. It is almost a $500 trillion industry in the whole world. So we are not here to stop the peddling. We are not here to stop the smugglers. We are not here to work like police. What we can do is we can stay out of it. Because after petroleum and arms industry, drug industry is the biggest of all. So it has a lot of money. So there are many people who are not, we are not human being maybe, I would say they are not human being who are actually peddles things inside the state. So we just have to be aware that we should not be drugged. Our fellow brothers, our fellow sisters, our neighbors, they should not be drugged, or they should not get into a disease of alcohol or disease of drug or whatsoever it is. Right? So what happens in the previous, if I go to a history of drugs, how actually India has become from a corridor to an user. You must have heard about Golden Triangle, 3 countries which is available nearby our country. Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent, wherein it includes Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran. And the other one is Laos. Then we have Burma and one more country is there. These are called Golden Triangle as well as Golden Crescent. So what used to happen in the 90s or in 80s or 70s, India used to be they used to use this path, like India, as a corridor, wherein the drug was carried through India to the Western countries. But with time, what had happened, we, the youth, we have become an user of the same. And recently I have actually was going through a NACO report. There's a NACO called National AIDS Control Society. So they have published a report. So from 2010 to 2021, in all the states of India, the HIV ratio has gone down. Like in few states, it has decreased by 58%. In few states, it has decreased by 2% at least. In few states, it has decreased by 16%, 10%. But in the last 10 years, it has reduced in most of the states of India. But we are aware that we have slowly become injectors when it comes to heroin, and we are actually killing ourselves. So this statistics shows that in Meghalaya, the HIV positive patients has increased by 202%. Like in 2010, if there were one patient, now we have 202 patients in Meghalaya. And horrendously in Tripura, it has increased by 330.03%. So you can imagine how is it increasing and how is it circulating and how is it transmitting into an youth body, right? So we are responsible to save this youth, and all of us who is available here is responsible, right? So we should, like all the stakeholders, I know that in Tripura, many people like Bubagra and TISF and many other institutions, many other legal services, recently they have launched Project Mukti as well. We are working, few of us have been working with legal services of Tripura as well. So many of the stakeholders who wants to eradicate a drug menace from Tripura, they are working simultaneously but separately. I would urge through this program and the media friends that we have that all the stakeholders should come forward and work together so that we can actually see a drug-free Tripura soon. Because otherwise, it is not quite possible because there will be a generation gap. I don't know how seriously you can take it right now, because people who are not into drugs or whose family is not suffering yet, they may think, nothing is happening in my house, nothing is happening in my para, nothing is happening in my relatives, so why should I be bothered about this particular thing? No, this is not should be the motive of you as a human being. We all should be together in order to fight this drug menace of Tripura. Otherwise, we would have a generation gap in near future. Many are already dying, right? So there are many treatment centers who are working very nicely across Tripura. So people who are already into it, let's come out of the stigma that we have, that rehabs are not functional properly. There are many things which keeps on happening in rehab. No. People should be approaching to rehabs, treatment centers. There are spiritual therapies which goes on, and it is possible, because I have been speaking to many drug addicts who are very much into it. I have been working with somebody who has gone to the streets of Bortola, who used to stay in Bortola as well. He has left his house because he was stealing so many things from his house, and then he was, chucked out of his house, and then he was staying in one of the bus stands in Agartala. So I've taken him, and then he's there with me. So I get to see, and I also get to hear how a drug addict feel, or how an alcoholic who is chronically abuses alcohol, how they feel, or how I used to feel once upon a time when I was using for last 14 years maybe. We think that it is not possible to stay clean. But yes, it is possible. As in, we can, even if we are into drugs. There must be friends and families who must be suffering now. So yes, it is possible to stay clean and it is possible to have a good life and, you know, have a great life wherein there'll be dreams, there'll be studies, and we can actually enlighten ourselves and have a great life ahead. I have a very less time because there are a lot of cultural activities which is coming up, so I was given 10 minutes. I hope you understood, and I hope I could put it across the message right away. I hope you enjoyed the program. Thank you very much, TSA, once again for giving me the chance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech.
Now I'll call upon Khumlung Music College students for their cultural dance.
Sí. Check, check.
Bishik talni goriya muta O chungno hamari nani rifayo O baba goriya raja O chungno le hamari nani rifayo maluma Tabo tabo taya Nebonong bonong baya Ama maluma Tabo tabo tabaya Nebonong bonong baya Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Kokse hako lupe Akta hako lupe Hey Kokse hako lupe Akta hako lupe Jini kami ni Sikle rong ni Kati sulupe lupe Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Hani tang mani Jati shokunang Bisingo bukurung kenang Hani tang mani Jati shokunang Bisingo bukurung kenang Beri cekhinai Karata tingli Bahoga busa kenang Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Balule balo balo Joy tole O thangai Busagle Bhayo O baba Koriya Raja O jingale hamari rinani payo Balole balo balo Balole balo balo Balole balo balo Hatam karere Robe shukrere Hatam karere Robe shukrere Jini kamini sigrora re Chala sinai re nai re Balole balo balo 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 Hey, আমি কি করে খাবলা না গিয়া নামলে না গো কিছু কফায়া আমি কি করে খাবলা না গিয়া নামলে না গো কিছু কফায়া হাজিম বলাই বাই বন্ধ বলাইলে বলাই সতলাই বলাই হাজিম বলাই বাই বন্ধ বলাইলে বলাই সতলাই বলাই নিন আমা বাই আনে আমালে মুখ সতলাই বলাই মুখ সতলাই বলাই বললে বলো বলো 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 hey 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 Korea raja desperai Cabo cabo cabaya Nebonong bonong baya Korea raja desperai Cabo cabo cabaya Nebonong bonong baya Balole balo balo Balole balo balo Balole balo balo Balole balo 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 Balole balo 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 Balole balo balo Balole balo balo Balole balo balo Bare ke mani mosa Tebo zara zara ta Bare ke mani mosa Tebo zara zara ta Jini kamini sikli rani Kazu thera zara ta Kazu thera zara ta Balole balo balo Balole balo balo Nacha 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 Kaham 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 O joy tole thangi se Busha payo O baba Koriya payo Balole balo balo 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 maluma Tabo tabo tabaya Nebonong bonong baya Ama maluma Tabo tabo tabaya Nebonong bonong baya Ama maluma Jai Baba Korea
Thank you, Kumlung Music College, for the beautiful depiction of our cultural dance.
So और देर ना करते हुए as we are short on time
So let's now begin the program and called a very popular and a romantic type singer, Miss Rumi Mura Singh.
Check.
Mandiya पुइलानो बिस्कांगो आचुजाक नावराय अखरा सुनो खुलुमुं याफादो ताई अरब फाइ मानजाक फाइजाक जत खाचुक सालु करबनो गोबां हामजाक मा ताई हामबाय याफादो जरा किसिसाक आबन बागै गोबां पक सालिया दिनै जे रिजननि बागै अरब प्रोग्राम खाइजाका आबन किसिसा सिमि सानाय जे ड्राग्सनि एगेन्स्ट अ प्रोग्राम खाइजाका सो आं साइमानो जतनो ड्राग्स हामिया हनै आं जास्ट मुइतो सिमि खाइरुना मुचुंगो नरंनो अब केबो ताना जाबादि सिनि दफानि बागै ताइ नरंनि बागै बेलाके चाया बेलाके हामबाय हाइनो हाय जतनो हाइन हाय ताइ तांसा रचामों नंनि बागै किसा मसाइमा नाइजा रचामों इनखे सीतो आचक नि किसा बिस्मा रकलदि हायाके बा याफा खरबाय किसा लगिरदि इनखे किसा नरंनि याफा खरमा बुखनाना मोचुबता दलाय हामबाय इनके किसा मसाइना लायन ना बेलाय आसुमां बिस्मा रक रुवाय बायखना फाइबानि बो बालका हेदा ग्रेडी ना नरो ओके ke taksuk jarani bagai ang dansaya karsinai tebo chap kurung kurung bhaijak tongo and specially chini phatar ni chini belai ke jotoni ni khasuksa Rito Riba bhaijak narok jotono boni bagai si besi nai singjak jung kisa kisa dasam nai nong ni bagai so belai ke haino hai jotona hambai
Masana rok ramu jung jak bai kha jora phaya na tawana de baino belai hambai bini khorang ketui bai khe singno khak changrama bagai so tabuk I am going to call someone who can make us dance by his voice. Damanik, stage is all yours.
Hello. Hello. Check. Hello. 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 볼바고 쇼타야 아미 자도니 함장우 개보발 쇼나그레 아미 자도니 나타무 볼바고 쇼타야 아미 자도니 함장우 개보발 쇼나그레 아니 자도니 나이타모 빠야노노 랑짱이 깐티 쇼자나이 그래 거본 자도니 사고로니 안 샤니 바하이도 응카네 아니 카비시니 카도마보 응카네 사고로니 안 샤니 바하이도 응카네 아니 카비시니 카도마보 응카네 পাখি সোজা না কেড়ে গরম চাদুনি